Well, we know that a big part of our future success is related to Oba being at his best and scoring as many goals as possible.
The 2020-21 Premier League campaign has seen some extremely unusual events, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang not being at the top of Arsenal's scoring charts is one of them. Much to the concern of the Gunners fans, the 31-year-old forward has only scored 8 goals so far. The fans have every reason to be worried, since they know how much the North London club is reliant upon the goals coming from their star striker, who's been voted their best player last season before winning the Golden Boot in his full debut season. Aubameyang was on the brink of becoming the English top division's top scorer once again last season, but closely missed out on the opportunity despite scoring 22 goals, with Leicester City's Jamie Vardy notching the accolade after scoring 1 goal more than the Gabonese striker. The former Saint Etienne striker was an instant hit at the Emirates, following a then record £58 million move from Borussia Dortmund in January 2018, having scored back-to-back 22 goals in the following 2 seasons. The Gunners ended last season with 5 wins in the last 10 games to finish 8th on the league table and managed to qualify for the Europa League after winning the FA Cup final against Chelsea. Aubameyang scored twice in the 2-1 win to take his goal tally to 29 for the season, in which he started 41 games out of 44 matches in all competitions. The gifted striker was also on the mark in their 2-0 semi-final win against Man City. It was due to his eye-catching performances that the senior management at the London-based club decided to offer him a new contract in August last year, worth £250,000 a week, costing the Gunners €39 million over the length of the contract. The Arsenal captain reportedly rejected 2 other offers before agreeing to extend his stay beyond 2021 for 3 years at the Emirates. After much deliberation, the forward put pen to paper on a new deal, much to the delight of the Gunners fans. However, despite signing a lucrative new deal with the North London club in the summer, the goals have dried up since. The 6'2" forward has been struggling to find the back of the net more consistently this season, owing to a tough start, battling injuries and personal problems, which resulted in a dip of form. Aubameyang, who's well aware of the goal drought situation, has himself admitted his struggles in front of goal this season and explained in one of his interviews recently that his exertions for Arsenal last summer could be one of the reasons behind his lacklustre form. "We gave a lot at the end of the season to win the FA Cup and to qualify for the Europa League because it was really important for the club. Sometimes you have ups and downs and you have to manage as best you can. I tried my best, and until now it was not the best performance for me. I always try to give my best, not only on the pitch but also in the dressing room for the guys. Sometimes it's hard and maybe you're not in the right mood, but you have to find a way to change it and give positive vibes for the guys. At the moment, we're playing well, and we have to follow this way. If we win a couple of games that are coming, we can turn around the situation. We're not so far from the top 6, so this is the moment to be back in the competition."
The leads goal, Aubameyang goes for goal and finds the gap between goalkeeper and post.
Not many would argue that Arteta has made Arsenal a team that is much more difficult to beat this season. The former Everton man has undoubtedly played a key role in stabilising the structure of the team since joining the club in December 2019. It seems like they now have a workable plan for every opponent they face before entering the field, especially against the top sides. The Spaniard has guided the team to victories against both Manchester clubs, Chelsea and Liverpool at the end of the last season, and have significantly increased the level of Gunners' performances against the top 6 sides, if not the results, since the start of the current campaign. While the North Londoners have looked reassured at the back, with some satisfactory defensive performances lately, they've struggled to find the correct balance up front, and it's hard to know where the goals are going to come from. And that has led to some senior Arsenal figures to demand a switch in formation from the coach in a bid to release their attacking talent, especially at the Emirates, where they've suffered defeats against the clubs that belong to the bottom half of the table. Aubameyang has spent a large proportion of his career playing up front alone, either in a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-3, where most believe he's best suited to playing. For all the talk of him being used as a winger, he spent almost 2/3 of his minutes playing as a striker. But Arsene Wenger, Unai Emery and recently Arteta have all used Aubameyang out wide most of the time. Where it becomes most interesting, however, is looking at his raw goal-scoring stats, according to which Arsenal carves out more goals when Aubameyang starts on the left wing with either Alexandre Lacazette or Eddie Nketiah in the middle. This situation is nothing new for the Gabonese attacker, who thrived in a similar role under Jurgen Klopp at Signal Iduna Park. Deploying Aubameyang on the left also means that the Gunners can use his blistering pace to run them up the field defensively, but playing left wing certainly requires an extra effort to cover an enormous amount of ground for a player who'll turn 32 in June. and while playing him on the left wing has worked well for the team, it's resulted in a drop in goals and shots per game for Aubameyang. However, he was back to his best when Arsenal took on Leeds United earlier this month. He looked unplayable and managed to score his first ever Premier League hat-trick to power the Gunners to a comprehensive 4-2 victory over Marcelo Bielsa's men. The former San Etienne forward was also pivotal in their 3-2 win against Benfica at the Stadio Georgios Karaiskaki. The Gunners captain scored a goal in each half of the European encounter, which helped the North London side progress to the quarter-finals of the competition. Arteta has expressed his total confidence in Aubameyang, who has scored 13 goals in all competitions so far this campaign. I completely trust him because we produce the chances, and you know with him that when he has chances he's going to score goals, he told the same publication. The last few days after the game in Rome against them, he missed 3 opportunities that are normally 3 goals for him, and he needed to react, and it's great to see that the way he reacted is by being upset and trying to be better and not just feeling sad for himself in this moment. I am really pleased with how he did tonight. With the Gunners struggling in recent weeks, it was exactly the kind of performance they wanted from their captain. When Aubameyang is on song, he's very hard to stop, and this could be the beginning of a belated goal-scoring run for the forward. Despite his struggles this season, the Gabonese striker remains Arsenal's most influential player. The club invested a large amount into renewing his contract because they knew what the former Borussia Dortmund man can bring to the team. While he hasn't really been himself this season, Aubameyang's performance against Leeds was a timely reminder of what he can bring to the side that is struggling to get goals despite investing a lot of money in Pepe and Willian. Willian is struggling to give the much-needed cutting edge in the final third and finally scored for the London Giants in the 3-1 win over Leicester. It's not the return Arteta would have expected from a rather experienced winger who spent the majority of his career playing in the Premier League. While Arsenal's £72 million club record signing Pepe has failed to justify his price tag ever since making a move from Lille in the summer of 2019. It's fair to say Arteta remains unconvinced with the Ivorian international's performances, handing him only 7 starts this season. The Gunners may currently be out of the title race, but there's still a lot to play for. And while finishing in the top 4 seems like a difficult ask, Arsenal can still secure a European place. And with Aubameyang in red-hot form, they could even win the competition. The Gabon international played a key role in Arsenal's success last season, and they'll need him to be at his best if they're to do it again. He's the kind of player that guarantees goals, and even at 31, very few strikers in the world boast his quality and verve. In Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, they have a world-class forward who can be the key to the Gunners' European hopes. The star striker's return to form is the best news Arsenal fans could have asked for.